Fake videos are flooding the internet, claiming that the Artemis 2 crew saw alien structures, glowing ruins, and terrifying shadows on the moon. But the truth is much simpler and far more profound. None of that is real. No aliens, no secret bases, no hidden civilizations. And yet, what the Artemis 2 astronauts actually witnessed on April 6, 2026, was more breathtaking, more unsettling, and more extraordinary than anything those fabricated videos could ever show. It began at 1:57 p.m. deep in space, when a calm voice echoed inside the Orion capsule, "We are now 406,786 kilometers from Earth." In that precise moment, history quietly shifted. No human had ever traveled this far before, not even during Apollo 13 in 1970, which held the previous record of 400,175 kilometers. This meant Artemis 2 had surpassed that record by over 6,437 kilometers, a distance greater than crossing the entire United States. Outside the window, Earth had already shrunk into a fragile, glowing disk, hanging alone in the immense darkness. Ahead of them waited the far side of the moon, a place untouched by human eyes for over half a century. As Orion approached the moon, the quality of light began to change in ways no photograph had ever fully captured. The sun sat low on the horizon, casting long, razor-sharp shadows that stretched across craters and ridges, transforming the surface into a high-contrast landscape that felt almost unreal. This was not the familiar moon seen from Earth. This was its hidden face, harsher, deeper, and far more complex. For nearly 7 hours, the astronauts glided just 116 kilometers above this terrain, meticulously studying features that had only ever been seen through robotic eyes. But then, something unexpected began to happen. They started noticing color, not the dull gray people associate with the moon, but subtle variations. A silvery sheen across crater walls, delicate textures in ejecta blankets, and most surprising of all, faint greenish and bluish tints across certain regions. One astronaut described a basin that seemed to shimmer with a pale green hue, something scientists had only hinted at before but never confirmed so clearly. These colors were not bright or obvious, they were delicate, almost ghost-like, visible only under the exact angle of sunlight they were experiencing. It was a powerful reminder that even after decades of exploration, the moon still held secrets invisible to machines alone. Then came the most intense phase of the mission. As Orion slipped behind the moon, all communication with Earth suddenly stopped. No voices, no telemetry, no connection, just silence. For 40 minutes, the crew was completely alone, cut off from every other human being on the planet. The moon itself, a massive wall of rock over 3,218 kilometers thick, blocked all radio signals. There was no backup system that could bypass this, it was a total blackout. The astronauts drifted toward the windows, drawn by the view outside. And then, as Orion began to curve around the lunar horizon, something incredible appeared, a faint blue glow emerging from behind the moon. It was Earthrise. Slowly, their home planet came into view, rising above the gray, lifeless surface below. It looked small, distant, and unbelievably fragile. Every ocean, every city, every person they had ever known existed within that tiny sphere. For a moment, no one spoke. There are experiences that go beyond words, and this was one of them. But the silence didn't last long, because something else suddenly caught their attention, a flash, bright, sharp, and gone in an instant. At first, it seemed like a trick of the light. Then it happened again, and again. Asteroid impacts, real-time collisions happening right in front of them on the lunar surface. Within a short span, they observed at least 6 distinct impact flashes. Each one was a burst of energy as space debris slammed into the moon at incredible speed. These were events that usually went unnoticed, detected only by automated systems back on Earth. But now, for the first time in decades, humans were witnessing them directly. The astronauts quickly began logging the times, estimating brightness, and marking locations, knowing that this data would be invaluable for scientists studying impact frequency and lunar surface changes. It was a powerful reminder that the moon is not a static, dead world, it is still evolving, still being shaped by the universe around it. As if that weren't enough, the mission delivered one more extraordinary moment. The sun began to disappear behind the moon, and within minutes, the astronauts found themselves witnessing a total solar eclipse unlike any seen from Earth. The sun turned into a black disk surrounded by a glowing, ethereal corona that stretched out into space like delicate strands of light. This was not just rare, it was unique. No one else on Earth could see this event. Only 4 people, floating in a spacecraft approximately 400,000 kilometers away, had this view. Even more surreal was the way the moon's surface appeared during the eclipse. Instead of complete darkness, it was faintly illuminated by Earth light, sunlight reflected off Earth's oceans and clouds, traveling across space to softly light the lunar landscape. Imagine standing on the moon and seeing it glow because of Earth. It's the kind of phenomenon that sounds almost impossible until you witness it. There were no aliens, no mysterious structures, no hidden civilizations waiting to be discovered. But what they did find was something far more meaningful. They saw a moon that was richer in detail and complexity than ever imagined. They witnessed impacts that proved it is still an active world. They experienced a silence so complete, it changed their perception of isolation. They watched Earthrise as a distant, fragile home. And they observed a solar eclipse that no one else on the planet could see. These are not fictional moments designed to generate views or clicks, they are real experiences that expand our understanding of what it means to explore space. The truth is, space does not need to be exaggerated to be fascinating. It does not need aliens or hidden secrets to capture our imagination. The reality is already more profound than fiction. Artemis 2 was not just a mission to travel farther than any human before, it was a mission to see, to feel, and to rediscover the universe through human eyes. And in doing so, it reminded us of something essential: exploration is not just about reaching new places, but about changing how we see the ones we come from. Even after the mission ended, the impact of what they saw continued to unfold back on Earth. Scientists began analyzing thousands of images and cross-referencing the astronauts' observations with data collected by orbiters in past missions, discovering that those faint green and blue hues were linked to variations in lunar minerals and ancient volcanic activity. The recorded asteroid impacts helped refine models of how often the moon is struck by space debris, improving safety predictions for future missions. Even the astronauts' descriptions of light and shadow offered new insights into how human vision interprets extraterrestrial environments, something no machine can fully replicate. Their experience proved that human presence in space is not outdated in the age of robotics, but essential. Because cameras can capture images, sensors can collect data, but only humans can truly interpret moments, connect emotion with observation, and notice the unexpected. The far side of the moon, once just a distant and mysterious region, became something more personal, more real, and more understood because of them. And perhaps the most powerful realization of all was this: when humans travel that far, when they look back at Earth from such unimaginable distance, they don't see borders, countries, or differences. They see one small, glowing world alone in the darkness, worth protecting, worth understanding, and worth coming home to. But there was one more subtle detail that made this mission even more fascinating, something that didn't make headlines but stayed with the astronauts long after they returned. During those quiet moments, especially in the radio blackout, they began to notice how time itself felt different. Without the constant flow of communication, without the noise of Earth, every second seemed to stretch. Their awareness sharpened. The ticking of onboard systems, the movement of shadows across the lunar surface, even their own breathing became more pronounced. It was as if space had slowed everything down, forcing them to truly experience each moment instead of rushing through it. What Artemis 2 revealed is that space doesn't just challenge the body, it reshapes perception, emotion, and even our sense of reality. And maybe that's the real reason these journeys matter so much, not because of what we might find out there, but because of what they reveal within us. If you found this journey as captivating as we did, share your thoughts in the comments below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more incredible explorations.